All right, so we're going to get started. My name again is Liz Garcia. I'm the founder of the Mind, Body, Spirit Network, and I help individuals with their online marketing efforts and where to put your time and energy that makes sense. So today we're talking about social media marketing. And every year I get an industry report from socialmediaexaminer.com. It's their yearly, they've been doing this industry report for 9 years now, and it has great information because you can see what other people are doing in their business and how they're spending their time. So I'm going to share my screen here, you guys, real quick. And this is the report. And I will share the link to this with you at the end because I don't want you all distracted looking at the report because it's 50 pages long. And we're not going to, I've already gone through it and I know where the hot spots are that matter to you guys because you're all pretty beginners in this. So every year they survey, there used to be 3,000, they're up to 5,700 small businesses that market their businesses through social media. And it's a big mix of businesses. At the top of the list is like maybe 10% of those businesses are actual marketing companies, whereas all the rest are like you guys. It's a mixed bag of different professions. So, you know, I don't have to be the voice of social media marketing when 5,700 other people are chiming in on this. So this is super valuable information and it'll help you to decide where to begin. So there's some major findings we're going to talk about here. And so I want to hit on those first. And that is that visuals are essential. You don't really want to spend your time doing posts that are text only. So you want to have a visual because people, it gets more exposure. It gets people more engaged. And I'm finding that you're much better off uploading a visual like an image, as opposed to linking to a blog post, for example. So if you link to a blog post, it'll grab that first image, but it doesn't get as much traction as uploading that image and then linking to the blog. So that's a huge step I want you to remember, and it's not in this report, so you might want to take a note on that. Live video is super hot. I don't know if you guys have seen Facebook Live. I know a lot of people in my community are using Facebook Live. And I'm going to dabble in it soon. I got to figure out the topic. I'm also considering Facebook Live for my network members because there's a way for us to interview each other. And I think that would be fun to do Facebook Live because I have a decent sized audience now for the network and to give that a test. Instagram is on a growth trajectory, and the main reason for that, my guess, is because Facebook bought them. Right? So if you run Facebook ads, they're automatically going to force Instagram ads to be shared as well, which you want. You want exposure in Instagram, but that's probably the main reason Instagram is growing so quickly is because Facebook acquired them, and they're putting it into their paid marketing mix. They're making you. They want you to put your images in front of Instagram markets. Facebook is still by far the most important social network for marketers by a long shot, and we're going to get deeper into that in a minute. But many marketers are still unsure about Facebook marketing, and that's because they don't know if their marketing is working. And you'll notice that if you have a Facebook page, less and less of your fans are seeing your content. Mm-hmm. And the reason for that is Facebook wants you to pay for you to get visibility, which is fine. You know, they created this platform, we should pay for it.
Right.
So that's why that newsfeed thing is declining, and they're really forcing your hand to do paid ads, which I will have to say is the best strategy of all. And we'll get to that as well. Wow. And Facebook ads are dominating. 93% of these people polled are using Facebook ads to drive traffic and customer acquisition. And the last major finding that people want to master is the tactics to engagement. You know, how are they using social media marketing? So this is just a summary of the major findings, and these are great. These are the top questions that marketers want to know. So I didn't necessarily see the answers to these, so I can answer some of these for you on my own experience. So the first thing is, what tactics are most effective for social media? First of all, it's going to be images. That's a tactic. Use an image. I think that if you're putting text on an image with some type of headline, that draws people attention as well. And you need some type of graphic tool to create images with text on it. And not a lot of text. Now, you cannot use text in your Facebook advertising because that's a no-no, but in your social media posts you can. And I think that's a great tactic, is to put a question in an image is a great tactic. Anytime you ask a question, I get response. Asking questions is a great tactic. It elicits engagement.
Liz?
Yep.
I have a question about that.
Yep.
So because you can link now to Instagram, although actually it's only you can link your account to Instagram, right?
Yes.
So if you have images that have text on it, there's no restriction for that. It's only when it's an ad, and then it doesn't matter because the Facebook ad is already regulated by what you put on it, approved or not approved.
Yep.
It goes to Instagram.
Yeah.
Okay.
So your own social media efforts that aren't paid, you can use images text. And there's a ton of text on all Instagram stuff for sure.
Okay.
And I'm noticing most highly engaged posts that I see coming across my plate have text on the image. So definitely use that. So the other question they want to know is, what are the best ways to engage your audience? And asking questions is, I'd say, the number one with an image. Video also gets a lot of exposure, especially Facebook Live. Facebook Live wants to promote this platform, so they're going to boost that video live for you because they're testing it. So now's a good time to hop on board and give it a try. And remember, on Facebook Live, video is those usually are running 20 to 30 minutes, they're recommending, because there's engagement there. And there's a marketing strategy around getting people to join you on that Facebook video, which we're not going to get into right now, but I encourage you, and I have yet to do it myself. I'm going to do it. Problem is, I can't do Facebook Live in my group yet, which kind of stinks. I can only do it for a page or my personal page. So I need to have a strategy.
Is it not accessible in the group, or?
Not yet.
Oh.
I asked support too, and they said it hasn't been launched there yet. Though I'm seeing mixed messages, so I don't know that they have their act together fully on that one.
Okay.
But you can do Facebook Live for your business page and your personal, of course. All right. So people want to know, how do you measure return on your social media marketing? And the easiest way to measure is you create pages specific to a post and see how much people are coming to a post. Or you create a lead magnet that forces people to do something. That's how you measure. It takes more effort to set that up, but that's really how you measure. And I don't like to run ads without a way to measure it. So if I'm running an ad, I want to generate a lead or a sale or something, and that's all measurable. But there is a way, when I share my blog post for you guys, I create a bit.ly link, which is the easiest way for me to just kind of share the link, and then I go into bit.ly and I can see how many people clicked on it.
What is bit.ly?
Bit.ly is a URL shortener.
Oh.
Heard of that? Do you know what they are?
No.
Okay. That's another discussion I don't want to get into right now, but it's bit.ly is the, just delivers shorter URLs that you can share, especially in Twitter. You don't want a long URL on Twitter because it takes up all your characters, so it shortens it. It also shows me what's going on, and I use bit.ly exclusively for my members' blogs, so I can have a quick look, and I know that it's getting shared through these clicks. Even though it's getting found organically as well, I don't see that, which doesn't matter because I can look at that elsewhere, but I want to see if people are coming to those posts, and bit.ly will tell me how many clicks are coming in.
Yes.
Yes.
I didn't know there was tracking when you did that. I always use tiny URL. I don't know if they have tracking, but I wasn't aware of that. Where you can see clicks.
It's telling me how many clicks. Yep.
Okay.
So that's helpful, especially when you use a lot of land. There's all these different tools you can use, and I have yet to put them all together in one complicated tool. But for now, I'm happy because Google Analytics is kind of a drag to sift through that stuff. It's not fun and clean and easy like I want. So, Stephanie. So Stephanie says she's in a Facebook group and recording Facebook Live now. All right.
Yeah.
All right. Stephanie, you need to tell me how to do that later.
I'd be happy to.
Okay, cool. So you can talk. Are you driving?
No, I'm done now. I'm done driving.
All right. So you were able to connect. Really? Is it the Daring Divas group or a different one?
No, it's a different one. It's a different group that I'm in.
All right. Let's talk about this at the end if we have time and if you're around. But I definitely want to connect on that because Facebook, like it was a week ago, I asked them, they're like, we're not doing that yet. But maybe they got enough in the past week that they decided to do it. All right. So measurement comes down to a little more advanced, setup on your end, which is what I do on my end so that I can see what's going on. So that's how you determine return on investment is you got to think like a marketer and you got to set up pages that you can track. So the next concern is what are the best ways to use paid social media? And it depends on what you're trying to do. For me, as a business person and a marketer, my greatest interest is generating leads that turn to sales to grow my business. So there is a way to go about that, and there's certain social media platforms that you would use to do that, and we're going to come to that. Audience is a big issue, and the more I do audiences, the better I get at it. So it takes practice, but you got to think about it. And that's what people want to know. How do you create a target audience? And social media is the best darn place to highly target your audience. And it's so much better. I used to advertise in newspapers and magazines. Talk about untargeted. But that's what you did back then. You just had to do the shotgun effect and hope for the best. But now that you can target so highly, it's like killer to use Facebook ads. But you need to understand how to target. And I'm not going to teach that today. That's what I'm here for. I do that work for you. I'll get you started, and then you can follow my lead. All right. So let's just get to the meat of this. 92% of marketers say social media is important to their business. We can take a poll here, but we're not gonna. So it's significant and people are using it. And we're gonna skip some of this. I do wanna get to this effectiveness of Facebook marketing. B2C is people that market to consumers. So business to consumer is B2C. And most of the marketing that goes on Facebook is business to consumer. And most of you are in that, except for Stephanie. And there's crossover for some of you as well. But most of you are business to consumer as opposed to B2B, which is business to business. However, business to business is shifting in their marketing, which is interesting. And I do Facebook marketing because I have such an unusual niche. I need to get at them from a different way. Everyone knows that their news feed is diminished, what they're getting, how they're getting in front of people. So, but it's not over yet. We're going to get to that. Weekly time commitment for social media. Now, most of you guys are one-man bands. And most people that are just one employee are spending 1 to 5 hours a week on social media. And the studies are showing that if you spend that extra, like 6 hours a week, there's it's like a tipping point where that social media really starts to pay off. So most of the people that are spending, 1 to 5, everyone's finding that there's benefit in using social media. You got to decide where to focus on it. And then is it paying off? And most people are saying that, yes, it is paying off. And there is an experience factor in this survey. You know, some people are just starting in social media. Some people have been doing it for years. Some people are marketing agencies. So they'll use more social media platforms. So for you as beginners, you don't need to be everywhere at all. And I'll tell you where you can start. As we move forward, you're going to find out. So experience does matter, but for right now, we're focusing on beginners. And 1 to 6, if you can hit that 6 hours, for some reason, that's a little bit of a tipping point, even though you're still going to pay off in the 1 to 5 hour commitment as well. And here's the main benefits. You're like, why do it at all? First one is increased exposure. And I really want you to drive traffic to your website. And inside, if you're a member of the network, we're driving traffic to your blog posts and to your listing pages. We want to increase traffic everywhere. But I really want to drive it to the website or your main listing page because that's where your business is going on. I want people to get to know you more. I want them to see video and start engaging and learning about what you're doing. So increased exposure is number 1. This is brand awareness. Becoming aware online that you exist and what you're doing. Increased traffic is to your website, presumably, and to your fan page, which I don't get, you know, traffic to my fan page is kind of unexciting. It's more exciting that it's driven to the website is where more activity is going. And you may find you don't ever really go to the page, the business page of the people you're following. You just go to the post, and if it brings you somewhere else, great. So that page is really just kind of a home base for delivering content, but most of it's getting driven somewhere else. That traffic is that's my intention. My intention is to drive traffic somewhere else, and you get a double whammy because some people will like what you're posting, and they'll share it, and they'll like your page too. So there's a lot of stuff going on in a post that can happen. The third item on the list here is you're developing loyal fans, which is great. But again, you're not always getting seen by those fans, which kind of stinks. You're providing marketplace insights. So you're the expert in your field, and you're providing insights into what you're doing. There's increased thought leadership. You're growing business partnerships, which is a little more advanced intention. And then 52% of people are seeing improved sales. So that's worth your while, but you can get frustrated by your efforts if you don't do it properly and learn a little bit about what's working and what's not working. All right. But I really feel, you know, for a lot of my beginners, I just want you to get visibility, you know? How are you going to get seen? You got to get visibility somehow. It's not going to happen doing nothing. So we're going to skip through a lot of this and just get to, oops. This is just reiterating what I just shared. So these are the most commonly used social media platforms. Facebook, number 1. Twitter, number 2, which, I mean, Facebook is 94%, then it drops down to 68% for Twitter. LinkedIn is 56%, Instagram 54%, YouTube 45%, Pinterest at 30%, Snapchat. I'm like, what the heck is that doing there? And no, it fell off the chart. Is Google Plus. It's not even here. I'm like, what's going on with Google Plus? I didn't know it was a non-entity. YouTube is there, and YouTube owns Google Plus. So we'll talk about Google Plus in a minute, but apparently you don't need to spend time there. I know, Connie, you spend time there on Google Plus, but I'm like, whoa, it's fallen off the platform. And some of these platforms are going up. Facebook is going up. Everything else, and Snapchat is going up, and Instagram is going up. And of course, Instagram is going up because of Facebook again. And everything else went down. I'm like, whoa, that's interesting.
Liz, what about LinkedIn? I'm really not drawn to LinkedIn at all.
LinkedIn, there's a lot of job activity going on LinkedIn, but there's a lot of blogging going on too. And I'm getting a lot of response and engagement on LinkedIn, which, you know, I'm going to show you that in my Buffer account when I share Buffer with you. But there's engagement going on LinkedIn, but you need to build a network there. I think I have 1,700 connections at the moment in the mind, body, spirit field, which
Oh my God.
I kind of wanted to, but I'm getting engagement. So I'll show you that in a minute. But LinkedIn is a lot of B2B companies market on LinkedIn, but this study is showing that it's tipping now towards Facebook as opposed to LinkedIn for B2B marketers. And LinkedIn is super expensive to market on, I found, but I may have not gone long enough with it to realize that it would turn for me. So I recommend you start with Facebook, get successful there in a paid ad strategy, then you test that successful paid ad strategy in other platforms, would be my recommendation. And that's what most marketers do. They start everything on Facebook because it's easy to test, relatively inexpensive to test, and then you'll scale up in other platforms. So bottom line, gang, if you're new, Facebook is the place to go. It's the place to start. However, it's hard to get seen. It's hard to get visibility, and that's a lot of work to do to not get visibility. So you really have to think about a paid strategy there just to get off the ground and start growing. And you can do that relatively inexpensively. And I need all of you to rethink marketing for yourselves. You have to have some type of allocation to paid ads. You know, in my business, I always spent money on newspapers and magazines, crazy amount of money on that. But I got traffic and visibility. That's what you want. All right. So we're going to skip this because this is just breaking it down by how experienced people are. It's all pretty similar. And again, I will share this report. The most important social media platform for everyone, though, is Facebook. And then LinkedIn. Look how little this is. 62% of the marketers are saying Facebook is most important for them. And then it jumps down to 16% for LinkedIn, 9% for Twitter.
Wow.
I mean, that's pretty, like, this is where the marketing is, Facebook.
Mm-hmm.
But again, you got to have a paid plan on Facebook to get visibility, which is, it's effective. It's more effective than like sitting around and hoping someone sees a post.
Liz, I have a question for you.
Yes.
When you're talking visibility on Facebook, are you talking about the people that are not your friends?
People that are not. Well, do you have a business page, Dagmar?
I do.
Okay. How many? So let's say you have 1,000 people that like your business page.
Okay.
You're lucky if 5% of those are going to see anything that you post.
Are you serious?
Yes. And if you post something, Facebook will show you how much visibility that got. It's called reach on Facebook, I think.
Yeah,
Right.
Liz.
So who determines that? Facebook determines what the reach is?
Well, there's algorithms going on, and it's noticing whether one of your fans really likes your pages or not, or engages with your content or not.
Okay.
If there's more engagement, then that'll start boosting up in their newsfeed. So you've got to engage people, but they still want to make you pay to get seen.
Wow.
Liz,
Yes.
I'll share that I have my page has over 25,000 likes.
Yeah.
But if I look at how many people are seeing my posts, if it's just a regular post, it's anywhere between like 200 and 400 people.
Yeah. Yep.
But if it's a video, not even my own video, just a video,
Yep.
a lot of thousands will see it then. But really, 25,000 doesn't do anything for me.
No, I know.
Wow. Yeah.
So Facebook is really, we're going to talk about all the platforms and how you can get traction without paying, which if you're in business, you got to pay to play. You want to pay for visibility. You don't want to take that off. It's way too much effort. You can get so much more return on your investment by paying to play than not. Sitting around passively is not a good strategy at all. And I'm telling this to myself as well. All right. I didn't pay to play for a while, and then I said, I'm like, I'm paying to play because it's more fun. I get highly targeted leads, and I get activity, and business is growing. So
I hear you, Liz. I'm ready to go back.
I know, and I'm thinking, we'll talk about this later, because I want to do this. So anyway, we're going to talk about the other platforms, but be aware that you need at least 1,000 fans to get even some traction. And I think I've got close to, 6,600 or 7,000 on the Mind, Body, Spirit Network. And I'm starting to notice I'm getting better reach. And I'm getting reach of 1,000 sometimes, which is percentage-wise, I'm happy with that. It's like, whoa, that's pretty good. So all is not lost. However, there's a critical point, a critical mass, and how many likes you got to get to at least 1,000 to start. And you might want to just pay to get there. All right. But pay for targeted people, not general. It's got to be targeted. So again, there's got to be a paid strategy to grow that base so that your unpaid posts start to get some visibility. But again, you got to engage people with an image and a compelling headline and a question. You got to engage them too, because you can do it that way. But you got to have some good marketing skills or innate, just say, connect to the divine and say, help me deliver a message that can get found. That little prayer works for me like a charm. Get the help you need and get out of your own head and say, you know what, life, I really would love a little help here. Inspire me with some words or an image, whatever it is. But I do that in general, but I also pay to play. Okay, so we talked about, so this is the first time in the history of this study, which is 9 years old, that Facebook has passed LinkedIn as the most important platform for B2B. So it's good for everybody. All right. How often should you post on social media? This is a good one. Facebook, 8 posts a day. That's a lot of friggin' content.
Are you serious?
You don't have to do that. Once you have enough content, I've got plenty of content because I've got a lot of members, but still it's a lot of work, and you need you're not going to do that if you have 100 followers, let me tell you, because only one will see it. Forget that. That's no fun. So a couple times a week, that's still a lot of content for you guys, and you're not getting visibility. If you can do it once a week to start, that's fine. Just have some content there, and then you can reshare it. That's the strategy. Don't keep making new content. Start with some solid content and then reshare it, because it only gets, and try to get better engagement on the next time you share it. So it gets, likes and shares or whatever. Okay, so Facebook, they're saying 8 times a day. That's a lot, you guys. Don't feel obliged to do that. Instagram, 4 times a day. I just started using Instagram, and I like it because it's visually oriented, but I don't like it because you can't share a link. It's not clickable, except for in a roundabout way, which kind of stinks. I share links, but people have to, highlight the link and then put it in their browser, and I don't think anyone's doing that. I can't tell. They're liking it, which is, great, and I'm building the network and the visibility, which for me is fine, but for you guys, it's kind of a lot of effort for if you can't click, I hate that. I want someone to click and go read my blog or watch a video or whatever. And that doesn't happen on Instagram, which it was a big surprise to me. I'm like, hey, why are these links not working? Like, they don't. I'm like, oh, shoot. And another thing about Instagram is it's a square format. So it forces you to create an image in 2 formats, one square, one rectangular. That's another kind of pain.
Now I know why I'm not there. It seems like extra work.
Although I'm finding that I'm making a lot of squares, because squares still show up in Facebook. They just won't work on a paid strategy. I can use squares almost everywhere. They don't look as nice as a rectangular in Twitter, for example. So, I don't know. It's a mixed bag. I don't think Instagram is super important unless you like taking pictures and you like the visual aspect of it. If you're going to delegate your time, it's a mixed bag. I'll tell you why. I'm getting a lot of followers on Instagram. So who am I to say without trying? Well, that's not true. I know SEO and I know my hashtags. That's how I'm getting followers on Instagram. We'll talk about that in a minute. Twitter, 6 times a day. That's easier to do because it's 140 characters or less. That's a quick blurb, blah. But again, you got to find images to go along with those tweets so you get engagement. Twitter is another platform when you're using your keyword phrases, and many of you have a keyword research report that I did for you. You look at that thing and you use your top keyword phrases as a hashtag. That's my recommendation. I'm building all of my followers in Google+, Instagram, and Twitter with my SEO knowledge and my keyword phrase knowledge. And all of those are responsive to hashtags. Facebook, not so much.
Liz,
You don't really want to use hashtags in Facebook. It's not as effective.
Liz, I have a question.
Yes.
Could you explain a little bit about how hashtags work?
Hashtags is sending a signal out to someone who has said, I want to follow the hashtag free stuff. So somehow, actually, I don't know how it works fully inside of Twitter, but there's some way that people can say, I want to follow this hashtag. And they could simply do it by doing a search in Twitter. Like, I want to see what's going on in digital marketing. And everything that's going on in digital marketing is going to show up for them. Every time I do a digital marketing post, I get 6 or 8 followers, which is astounding to me. I'm like, whoa.
So the hashtag kind of combines the messages that are associated with the hashtag or something like that?
Yeah, it's a signal. You're sending out a beacon. Like many of my network members have very particular niches.
Mm-hmm.
If I use their hashtag, like there's a hashtag for Linda that's LOA coach, I get response. People are following that hashtag.
Wow.
And there's data on hashtags that I use as well. There's another tool I use for hashtags, but it's essentially using keyword, if I were to do a keyword research report for you, Dagmar, it would serve for this purpose as well as many others. But you look to the keyword research report and make sure anytime you do Google+, Twitter, and Instagram, you use your hashtags.
How much is your keyword research report, can I ask?
$500.
500, okay.
Yep, and it includes consultation, so you know what the heck to do with it.
Mm-hmm.
But it serves a million purposes. All right.
Liz,
Yes.
will your keywords get picked up if they don't have a hashtag in front of them? If you put your 140 characters in with your keywords but no hashtags, will it still
I
get
think
picked
you need the hashtag.
Okay.
I think that's the point of it.
Yeah.
And you'll notice all those tweets are all hashtag riddled with hashtags. You write a sentence with a hashtag.
They usually annoy me.
They annoy me too, but don't use so many. Like just, when it's part of the sentence, then yes, use it. And I'm finding I'm just using it because Twitter people, they use them. So we kind of let's go with the flow.
Right.
And I'm telling you, I get responses to every one of my tweets. I get followers to everybody, every category I'm hashtagging. I'm like, whoa. I have never liked Twitter, but now I'm like, yeah, okay, well, I'm getting a lot of freaking response without followers because they're coming to me through the hashtag, which is sweet. My little expertise is paying off. I love that. All right, so Twitter, 6 times a day. That's not hard to do, actually, on Twitter. LinkedIn is 4 times a day. That's a lot. Yeah, it's me. So I'm just going to give you these little pointers here. Pinterest, 3 times a day. You're not going to use Pinterest unless you're a graphic designer and you know how to share good imagery and you're selling goods. This is ideal for e-commerce, that you need great photography. It's great for designers. I love Pinterest because I'm a designer and everything about it is awesome. However, most of you, I think it's not a great platform yet because that's not a big category of search going on in Pinterest for, well, that's not true. But I'm not seeing as much engagement in Pinterest as everywhere else with all of my members and for what I'm doing. Snapchat, again, I'm not a big fan of the attention span of a flea, which is what Snapchat is, I guess. It's not my cup of tea. I don't think you need to go there. It's very low on what people are using, so forget that for now. This is for kids. This is the millennial thing. But, you know, if you want to give it a whirl, have at it. People want to know more about all of the platforms, and Instagram is up there. They want to know more about Instagram because Facebook is making it prominent. And YouTube, because video is a very important part of your social media platform. But video has to be paired with good search engine optimization and understanding your keyword phrases. It's all search-based, gang. You have to know your keyword phrases. And Charles, this would be new to you, but I have a keyword research report that really kills it so that you can stop guessing as to what type of content to create. You know how to create content, you know how to tweet and use your hashtags and the whole 9 yards. All right. Is that it already? That was fast. Oh, no, hold on. Oh, it's not loading. Sorry, you guys. They're going to give us a little ad. All right. So I'm not going to really talk about this. You guys can look at the report yourself, but it's asking what are people most interested in learning about, and it's no surprise what they want to learn about. Next up is paid social media. 93% of paid social media is going through Facebook, and that's what all the marketers are saying. I'm saying it again. Instagram is up there because Facebook owns Instagram. And then everything else is really low. And I've done some Twitter ads and some LinkedIn ads, and it was very expensive. I'm like, I don't need to do this. I'm going to use Facebook. I get what I want from Facebook for way less. So I didn't even dive into it. So I think all of those platforms are going to have to re-examine how they charge to get people interested again. And YouTube is interesting. I haven't really got into any of that. So my recommendation is to start with Facebook and start running ads. And you might want to hire someone to help you to do that to begin, especially building a target audience. I do this for my clients. And in Facebook, they have what's called a relevancy score on a scale of 1 to 10. And that score is saying, how relevant is your ad to the audience you're targeting? And if you can get, 8, 9, and 10, then I can feel good about it, right? If you're getting low relevancy, you're not going to get good results. So if you have someone like me, you don't have to hire me. I'm telling you, get some help though, because getting that audience targeted first is going to help you in the long run. And right now I'm running 9 and 10 relevancy scores. So yay for me. But what I'm doing is making sure we're getting in front of the right audience. And I, as a marketer, love that. For someone who blew $3,000 on a full-page ad in Boston Magazine, this is so much more bang for your buck when you can target who you put your message in front of. It's awesome. So if you're in business for yourself, you have got to have some type of paid strategy somewhere. I don't care what you're doing, and even if it's not online, you got to get exposure somehow. And that actually is going to be one of my next discussions, and we'll talk about that at the end. But I went to a little spotlight presentation, and a woman brought up a good point again, and you've probably all heard this, that 80%, hold on, what's the number? The 80-20 rule, right? 80%, what is it? 20%. There's 20% of something that you do. Now, what's the real? I can't think of it. Does anyone know how to say that? I forget that. I'm flipping it around in my head.
80% of the time, we use 20% of the things you have in the closet.
Yeah. So isn't it like there's 20% of something that you do that delivers 80% of your results? That's the formula. So let's say for me, doing these webinars is delivering 80% of my results, which I made me think about it. I'm like, you know what? Talking to people delivers results for me. This is where I should spend my time, not necessarily tweeting or this, that, and the other thing. So you guys got to figure out where are my efforts best spent. However, many of my new clients are coming from my Facebook ad efforts also. So there's a mix of what's work. You got to figure out what works for you. And this is not necessarily for everyone. And I'm understanding that too. You got to figure out what is going to work for you. Oh, it's already 10 o'clock. Shoot, I'm way over time. All right. I want to wrap it up here and ask questions. There's not much more here to share that's that important, except for this. This is important. We started talking about this. The most commonly used types of content is visual. And I can see, I see in my analytics that images get more response and engagement. Blogging, and this is part of our strategy in the Mind, Body, Spirit Network, is to share your blog with an image. Because I want people to get engaged in getting to know you, reading about you. And if that blog has a video, even better, we're doing two birds. You're doing the two birds with one stone thing. And an image. So we got an image, a video, and a blog. That's the king combo. Yes, Deborah, you have a question?
So you're saying you want people to get to know you, so then should you be in the image?
Sometimes that works, actually. I'm testing images.
Okay.
In ads, putting my face in a webinar image gets better response sometimes, actually. It's kind of interesting. You got to test it.
That's because you're cute. Now me, I wouldn't get those.
That is not what you're talking about. You're adorable. There's some clearing that needs to go on there, by the way. All right. And video gets huge engagement too. And then this live video is just coming up right now. But for you guys right now, blogging and images and video, a mix of all of these. All right, I'm going to stop sharing this for a second because that's the most important stuff I wanted you to see. And I'm going to share the link to this report so you have it. Hold on one sec. I'll put it in the chat. Okay. And you guys can, I don't think this will let you download it. There you go. And you can look at that report. But I pulled out the most important stuff that would matter to you guys. And does anyone have questions? Let me change my view here. Any questions about that? And I didn't have time I wanted to share my Buffer account and what's going on there. But I want to let people go too. But does anyone want to stick around and just see what's going on? You want to stick around? Okay. Because I am.
What are
Liz, I don't see the link in chat.
Oh, you don't? I just sent it. Hold on.
It's there.
It's there?
From scroll. You may need to scroll down in the box, Barbara.
There it is. It just popped up on mine.
Okay. So did everyone get that link to that report?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yes.
So that's a great website too, socialmediaexaminer.com. They have fantastic blogs about everything to do with social media. And they've been around for almost 10 years now. So there's tons of content that could answer a lot of questions for you in that blog. It's a good thing to follow.
Liz, I'll just share that. Just by clicking that link, it opened up in my browser. So.
Yeah, but I don't think you can download it, can you? It won't.
Yeah, once it's open in the browser, you can.
Oh, I didn't get the download button for mine. Because I usually save it. But
I'm downloading it right now.
Awesome.
I just saved it to my
I
desktop.
better try a new browser, see if I can save it. I've read it all. I've made it. All right. So if you don't have questions, you are welcome to stick around, and I'm going to share what's going on in Buffer and what I'm seeing in different social media accounts, Twitter, LinkedIn. I'm getting response everywhere. And I know a lot of it has to do with images. Like I test different images. Some images just hit it big time.
Mm-hmm.
And all of it has to do with hashtags when it comes to Google+, Twitter, and Instagram, because I'm getting followers from people that are not following me. I'm getting responses. People are coming in from those hashtags, which is yay for me because I'm loving that. So if anyone needs to go, feel free to go. But I will share.
I may have to go. I've got another one now, but I have a question.
Yes, Charles.
If we wanted to refer or get in touch with people, like for instance, Linda, I have people that are looking for an energy healer. How do we communicate with each other? And so I know we've only got names here, but the names don't go very far. So how do we communicate with each other? Is there a way?
Well, Charles, I have a website, and I'll share that website, where many of these people that you see today are a member of, and you can find them there all in one place. So it's the Mind, Body, Spirit Network.
Okay, I have that, yes.
mindbodyspiritnetwork.com.
Mm-hmm.
Yes, I posted it.
Oh, thank you. Deborah, Cheryl, Linda, and Connor are all part of that network right now, and you can find them there. Another great place, Charles, is my Facebook group. Are you familiar with that yet? I have a Facebook group where everyone here is a part, and I don't know if you're part of that yet.
That's what I posted. Sorry, Liz.
Oh, the Facebook group?
Yep.
Mind, body, yeah, okay.
Do you see that? I don't see that.
Above your link to the website. There we go.
Okay, yes. Oh, the Mind Body. Okay, so there's two Facebook. There's Connor's Facebook group, and then the Mind Body Spirit group. And Charles, are you part of that group yet or not?
No, I'm not.
Okay, so if you go to that link and ask to join, I'll accept you. And then today I'm going to make a post that'll call everyone out by name, and you'll see them all in that post, and then you can connect with them through there as well.
Okay.
Does that sound good?
Sounds
Yeah.
good.
All right.
We could like each other on Facebook, and it's very easy to message them.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
So Charles, did you get some good information today or have any questions?
I certainly did. I got 2 pages of notes here.
Oh, good. So great having you. All right. So if anyone needs to go, or I'm going to let you go, and then if whoever wants to stay, I'll review my buffer and show you what's going on in there, because there's activity in every single network. Which
When is your next?
Oh, right. My next meetup is, it's usually the first and third Tuesday of every month. The first Tuesday of July is the 4th of July, so we're not going to do one then. And Charles, have you joined you must have received notification of this.
Yes.
So an email?
Yes.
Okay, so you'll get the email about the next one, which is going to be the third Tuesday of July, whatever that date is. And I want to ask you guys a question. I'm thinking about 2 topics. The first one is the topic of visibility, how you're going to get it, and the importance of that. That could be one of them. Or the other one is talking about webinars, because I found some really interesting information about doing a webinar. Okay, Deborah? Anyone else? Show of hands of webinar.
Webinar.
I'll take both.
Okay.
What's that?
All right. So we'll do webinar. We'll do the next meetup will be about some key things you need to know about doing a webinar and how to go about setting it up and marketing it and the whole 9 yards. So that'll be our next one, and then I'll do visibility after that. Because I kind of covered visibility today. This visibility is a really important part of your business. You got to think about it. You got to put money towards it. I recommend even a little bit. Even $5 a day on Facebook was not a bad, I found you need to do more than that to get the kind of traction that I as a marketer want. But as a beginner, if you can do $5 a day and I can set up a Facebook ad for you, I would recommend it. I'd recommend you let me do it. I know what I'm doing.
So I guess I'm interested in doing that because I
Okay.
set up my Facebook page and I'm not getting seen. First of all, I only have like 40 people that are, because I just set it up, but I need to get more traction than that to accomplish. So then the question is, what do you do?
So I'm trying to figure out how to go about this best for everybody to begin. And with a few of the members right now, I recommend a video. I don't want to run ads without a video because I want people to hear and see you and grow to love you quickly. That ain't going to happen with text necessarily. I mean, it can because you're a good writer, by the way. But if we're going to pay for money to run somewhere, I want them to meet you. So what my strategy is in the network is that Amber has written a featured article about some of the members. It's a Q&A. And then I have a Q&A video with you. And I feel like that strategy is validating you as opposed to you just talking about yourself. I'm interviewing you. I'm like, it's very open and honest, and I know how to ask questions that make you look good, which you guys look good anyway because you know your stuff. But I'm kind of feeling like that one piece of content is so solid and third-party kind of validation that it's kind of a worthwhile piece of content to run an ad to because it's solid on many fronts.
Right. It portrays you as an expert in your field the way you're putting them across. So
yeah. So I'm trying to really maximize how we get return on investment through running ads. Mm-hmm. And just running like a $5 a day thing to that piece of content, which then links to a lead magnet and your listing page, covers a lot of bases. That's what I'm thinking.
So do you,
So I set up everything that needs to happen. And everyone's in different stages of setup. And you're nicely along the way because we've got an automation series set up. Mm-hmm. That's a big piece of the puzzle out of the way, right? Mm-hmm. Then we got to set up for you. I think I have to set up a target audience. And I need to do a little research. I want to make sure we're in front of the right audience. And for you, Deborah, you're not selling anything yet. So we got to keep that in mind. Like, what are you selling and what is your plan? So I know how to create an audience. Okay. And then really we're just looking to give you exposure and generate leads in that effort.
Right.
That would be the goal. So you need help building the audience is key, and then setting up the ad where I write the copy, I select the images, I test the images, I watch how the ad's performing, and then usually once it's fine-tuned, we just let it go.
I would like to have a conversation with you on that, Liz.
Okay.
Yeah, me too.
Cool. Charles, put your email in the chat box for me, if you will, so we can connect.
Yeah, I gotta run.
Okay, Dagmar, thanks for joining us. Good to see you.
Nice to see you guys. Bye-bye.
bye.
Bye.
Okay. So I want to show you guys this buffer stuff so you can see what's going on with my current members. And Deborah, I didn't start sharing you yet, really, because I wanted that automation series set up.
Okay.
Okay. And in the network, everyone gets some free social media exposure from me for the first 6 months. I do something once a month at least.
Oops.
But I can't do that forever. So I'm giving you a head up and I'm giving you a nice foundation of exposure, but I can't do that for free. It's a lot of work, which I'm happy to do right now for my new members. But let me show you what's going on. And let me share the screen. And I got my Buffer. I use Buffer for social media marketing. And it's a type of service that helps me manage all of my accounts. So over here on the left side, I've got a Twitter account that I'm posting to. I've got LinkedIn. I have my own LinkedIn personal page for which I have over 1,700 connections of mind, body, spirit, health types. I also have a LinkedIn company page, which I just started, which is, there's not a lot of followers going there, but that's okay. It'll grow. I have the Facebook page. I have the Facebook group, which is what you guys are a part of. I have a Pinterest account, which I love and adore. And I have a fair amount, I have over 400 followers on Pinterest, but I'm not getting much. And Pinterest takes more time. I can't spend a lot of time developing Pinterest images because they're time consuming. And I can't do that for free. And I just do a little bit every now and then. So I'm not spending too much time on Pinterest. Google Plus, I get SEO response. So I'm using it, even though it's not, I don't know why it's not in that report. That was astounding to me. And I know, Kana, you use Google Plus. Are you finding good interaction on Google Plus for you?
No, unless I go to the other community.
Oh, right.
When I mostly use just to post my blog.
Yeah.
But when I share that in other community, like about babies or about something,
Right.
then you will start getting exposure. But I think we need a little effort.
Yeah.
Like
So I'm just going to use Google Plus as a linking strategy for the network and my members and for SEO because it's friggin' working. So I'm getting clicks. Like
that's what I'm hoping for SEO.
Yeah. So use your keyword research when you use this. But I wouldn't recommend any of you to start Google Plus if you haven't. It's kind of a waste unless you're going to get good at your SEO. But for now, don't. Kana's already into it, so that's fine. But everyone else, you don't really need to go here, I don't think. And then I have Instagram as well. So I've got I've got all these accounts here. And what I'm doing is I'm sharing an image. And I'm going to show in Twitter, for example, sometimes I only have like 100 or so, 100 plus, maybe close to 200 followers now because I just started the account. And it's telling me this is my reach, 113. And I got no clicks on this one. And these are fairly new, but I want to show you down here. I have a potential of 100 and I'm getting 200 clicks on this. This is Linda's post. I'm like, whoa, what's going on? This particular image on infertility is getting high clicks. I'm not getting retweets and all this stuff over here, which is okay with me because I don't have time to do with the engagement part. I just want people to click through to this is members' blogs. I want them to go and read the blog and watch the video. And people are very responsive to some of these things. Here's another one, and here's the hashtags in here, work-life balance, wheel of life. This is Linda's hashtags and images. And some of these images are just really responsive. If I go down here, this is Cheryl Murphy's about love psychic. People want to know about love and relationships. Look at this. 700 friggin' clicks on this image.
Wow.
All going to Cheryl's blog. I'm like, rock on, baby. And the beauty of Buffer is I can repost this thing. That's why this keeps getting bigger. I just keep reposting it. I don't have to write it again. I'm like, I'm keeping an eye on what's effective, and I'm reposting it.
So we should all have our own Buffer account too, even outside of what we do with you.
I would recommend it because especially if you have a lot of accounts.
It's an easy way to organize it all.
Very easy, and it gives me a really great view of everything relative to everything else. It's like, what's going on here?
I had it once, but I never figured out how to work with it.
Oh, I find it a lot easier than Hootsuite, and I like it better.
Oh, no, you know what? Maybe I was on Hootsuite. That's probably what it was. Yeah.
Okay, I like this better.
Okay.
But I'm just saying, images really make a difference. Like, what images are people responding to? And that's what I'm seeing here. I have some stuff. This is when I posted my webinar last week. I got a lot of clicks. For 100 people, I got 20% of them responding. That's big in my world. I'm like, holy crap, this is good. And I'm using different hashtags in all of these. I'm testing different hashtags to see if one gets better response than another, or is one image getting better response than another. And in this particular view, they're all about equal.
Do you know how Charles came to you? Was it through something like this?
He must have, well, if it's in my list, he had to have come through a Facebook page. A Facebook ad is my guess.
Yes.
So here's another one for Linda. The stuck in a rut image does well. So I keep rebuffering it. I'm like, cool. This one is our top seller. This is Holly, who's a medical medium. This image is killing it.
Look at that.
And I keep I've been sending this now for a couple months. It stopped getting clicks though. So it's done its time. But the importance of keeping fresh images out there, like I'm finding some of these images just do fantastic. You know, that my potential is 100 and I have 82 clicks. That's telling me something's going on here. This thing here too, 400 clicks.
Wow.
So as part of the network, you're getting some of this for free. But I would recommend you consider some of my other marketing stuff, because I know how to get response. And when I do, then I reshare it. And it's working.
Yeah.
So for visibility wise, it's going to get you way more in my network than your own, for example, because I've got more potential. This is just Twitter. Let's look at LinkedIn. I'm getting very similar type of engagement in LinkedIn, depending on, like here, LinkedIn. I'm shocked that people are responding to posts in LinkedIn, but that the connections I have are all mind, body, spirit related. So there's interest in this topics. And again, getting a lot of engagement. Some nothing, but then some other times there's time of day things that are going on.
Hook me up, Liz.
Yeah, here's Cheryl Murphy. This image is killer for her on LinkedIn, not necessarily in Twitter. Like on Twitter, it was the two love bugs that's killing it for her. On LinkedIn, this thing people like. So I keep sharing it. Something about that image is working. And for you, Linda, there's 3 or 4 images that all work pretty well in this work-life balance thing, which is fun. And then I have the relationship woman. There's a lot of images that are just working. So I'm getting this overall view of all the images, and then I'm just getting better at helping you guys, fine tune it, and I'm putting it in front of a much bigger audience than what you have currently. I want you to build your own audience for sure, but for now, I just want you to get that leverage and traction that you can get by working with me to get you going. I want it to pay off. It's not all about, me making money. It's about you succeeding and getting the leverage that I can give you. That, took me a lot of years to gain this intuition and leverage and understanding of marketing. So this is LinkedIn. I like what's happening here. I'm very surprised that I'm getting response. Like, I'm getting high clicks the first time I post this thing. I'm like, whoa, look at that. Facebook actually is not getting as much response as Twitter and LinkedIn and other platforms, which is interesting. So some of them are, let's see. See, it's telling me its reach. This is about 10% of my audience, but I didn't get any engagement on this particular thing. My reach here is less, it's about 5% here, but I got clicks, which is good. I want clicks. Let's look at some of the other, sometimes I get higher reach for whatever reason on this particular one. I don't know why I got more reach, but I did. It could have been the image, people responded, people clicked, I'm not sure. So it's telling me what my reach is, and then some things are dead, like this, 49 people. Maybe it's because I had text in the image, I don't know. Let's take a look at Linda's. This particular post got 2,000 reach. So I'm like, what's going on with this? And tons of clicks. Killer. And I personally, on my end, I want people to click through to your page because I want them, I don't care if they respond. And it's nice if they, because I'm not asking questions. Well, I am asking a question, but I want them just to click and get to the meat of the matter, not mess around in social media. I want them to go to your post. I want them to hear your voice and see your video. So some of these things are just getting great reach and great. This one for Holly got a reach of 2,000. That's 30% or more. So Deborah, I'm going to start on you with some images soon.
Okay, cool.
So that you guys need to go into the Facebook page or the Twitter. And I know, Connor, you're already a follower on many of these accounts. And if you have some of these accounts, you need to follow me so you can follow you. And then when you see that I've shared you, then you reshare. This is the strategy I'm going to recommend for you, Deborah.
Okay.
You're going to reshare content I've created into your own account because it's already got exposure and it's coming from somewhere else. You can say, hey, I got a feature, mind, body, spirit, whatever, however spin you want to put on it. And don't think it's not, don't belittle the fact that you're in this, please.
Okay.
You're in it because I want you in it and you have great value in what you're offering here. So don't let the little part of you think you're not worth whatever and say, hey, I got featured in the Mind, Body, Spirit Network. That matters to people. So,
Liz,
yes.
can you post on the group page maybe the link to all your different, I think I'm following you on some, but not on all.
Yeah. In fact, if you go into your Dropbox in your folder, I think your basic information document has the link to every single social media. And I ask you to go and follow that in that particular.
Of yours.
Yeah.
Okay. I may have done that already. I have to double check.
Yeah. So it's in the template folder. I think it's document number 2 or 3. I forget. It's basic information or it's access info. One or the other has links to all the social media so you can follow it. And the best thing you can do right now in your social media time is to find the posts that I've done for you in all of those and retweet them, share them, comment, whatever. Start getting some movement, okay? And take advantage of the images I've created and the content I've already written and the links and the whole 9 yards.
Great, because I feel like I'm just coming out of hibernation after the past month and a half.
Studying away, my gosh.
So I'm ready.
All right. So this is just a look at what's going on, and I am very excited that I'm getting reach with my SEO knowledge and images, selecting images and, whatever, it's working. So that's what's going on. And I want you guys to take a closer look. I have a link now to I have new monthly marketing services based on what I'm doing. And we can tailor them to you, but visibility really does matter. And getting some type of paid strategy in place, even if it's, $150, but $5 a day is a nice little starter kit. And it's nothing, for Facebook, for business. It's really not.
Where's the link to how you put your services out now?
If you go to Mind, Body, Spirit, become a member, and then in the left-hand nav, there's a new monthly marketing services button, which I could find the darn link and share it with you a lot quicker, couldn't I? Hold on. Whoops. So is there any other questions? I don't want to keep you guys too much longer, but.
Yeah, I have one about the monkey survey or survey monkey.
The what?
Survey monkey.
A survey monkey.
Yeah.
Yeah. What about it?
Survey monkey. It's a good way to get the email address, right?
I don't think so.
No.
I don't think people have to give their email to fill out a survey.
Oh, really?
Do they? I don't know.
I thought
I'll have to look at my account to see if I have emails.
I think they have to.
Okay.
So I created a Google form to create to have a questionnaire about HSP.
Yep.
I have one in Japanese, but when I create the English one, I thought maybe I'll just create a survey monkey and then connect with the MailChimp.
Okay.
That might be easier to integrate.
I see your page, but not the link.
Hold on, I'm going to share it. Here's the link to the monthly marketing services, how they've changed. Okay, Deborah, did you have a question? I saw that hand go up. No.
I was clicking.
Okay. All right. So SurveyMonkey, I'll have to look in my account con and get back to you to see if I have emails in that, because I have a lot of people that have taken my survey, and I'll see if they're, I'll email you that.
I bet you have a few thousands.
Maybe. But most of my survey came from building my list anyway. So they had already given me their email.
Oh,
You know what I mean?
I don't see this.
What are you not seeing, Deborah?
Oh, I thought I was muted. Sorry.
Oh, I hear you loud and clear.
I see the different levels of membership, but I don't see anything for.
Okay, on the left-hand side of that, where the menu bar is of that page, on the left-hand side, you'll see monthly marketing services. There should be a link to monthly marketing services, which is not the setup, it's the ongoing stuff.
Okay, where am I not seeing this?
So there's a menu in the left-hand side of that page, right? Or not?
Yeah, there is. And I see and mindful service providers.
Oh, go to become a member first. It's in a different section.
Oh, okay. So if you're already a member, you can't. So I do have to put, okay.
The website's a little confusing because I'm trying to serve two markets at once. One is the readers. And I'm doing all the search engine optimization on it. Where'd that come from? Whoops, sorry. Places on page 1 of Google search. Look. Whoops. Okay. Have you found it yet, Deborah?
No, I just closed it because I thought I was doing it. I'll look for it.
Okay. Well, there's a link in the chat.
oh,
Did you see my link?
it's not there. I can't see the link.
It's gone? Sorry. I'll do it one more time. I'm sharing the monthly marketing services link. Hold on, here it comes. Everyone.
There we go.
All right. That's it.
I have a question about that.
Okay.
So, but that fee, like say I want to do the, for now, the $297,
Yeah.
but the Facebook ads cost is separate on top of that, obviously, right?
Yeah. In fact, that doesn't include any Facebook ad. I've taken that out of the equation for now and have a different conversation because it's more advanced for most of my clients. That's why I kind of took it out of there. Because that's a different strategy. And for now, I want people to get some visibility until they're comfortable with anteing up what it takes to run a Facebook ad campaign. So this is just like basic work to get coverage and get seen and have me do some of that social media posting stuff where you can leverage what's going on, you know.
Okay, but if we want you to do the Facebook ads for us.
Yeah, Linda, you're going to be a custom, you're a custom woman. Decide what you want outside of the Facebook ads, but I think for you, we should just run Facebook ads.
Okay.
Okay, I would do that. That's the best results.
So then what's
we can email about that later.
Okay.
Yeah, and I just need to know what the pricing structure is for setting up a strategy and the Facebook ads.
That really, oh.
Okay, so for you, Deborah, getting started, the $297 is going to give you a lot of that social media stuff that I showed you. I'm going to make the images, I'm going to write the copy, I'm going to get you exposure. It's going to help to generate leads. It's not as targeted as a Facebook ad campaign. But I think for you to get started, I would like to just set up one simple ad campaign and focus it on one blog with a video and then run that.
Okay, yeah, because I cannot afford yet with my business the $297 month.
No, I don't want you to spend that. You're not ready.
Yeah, I'm not.
No.
Okay.
So essentially what it's taking me is anywhere from $300 to $500 to set up a Facebook ad campaign, depending on where you're at. Everyone's at a different place and they require me to do more work. So I'm guessing for you, Deborah, a lot of that expense is research and figuring out a target audience. That can take me, 2 hours or so to figure it out because I got to find the right audience for you. And then I got to build the ads. So I've been able to do it for $300, the whole thing, but I can't promise that because I don't know what I'm going to come across. And I want to make sure we got the right audience out the gate. And then once it's done, it's done. We just run the ad. And maybe I have to change the image every now and then, but there is a setup to get that working properly. Anywhere from $300 to $500. That doesn't include the whole email automation. You know, there's a lot of stuff going on, but you're already set up for that.
Uh-huh.
And we got to think about content. I'd like to think about what content we're going to drive an ad to. And I don't know that I would want to send it to the morning routine blog necessarily. I'd probably want to send it to something a little more, I don't know, we'd have to think about it.
Okay.
All right?
All right.
But definitely a video. I want a video in there too.
Okay, perfect.
Okay. All right. Anyone else? I think we're good. We can all have separate conversations about where to go from here, but that's where we're at. All right, gang. Well, if we're all good, we're good. Great to see everyone this morning. Happy 4th of July. I am doing a webinar next week, but it's really not for you guys. It's a sales webinar for new potential clients. And if anyone would like to co-host, I love having co-hosts. So I've sent you guys I'll send you emails if you want to co-host and you can respond or not. And whoever responds first, great. Cheryl and Kana have been co-hosts, and I thank you so much. It's very helpful to have you answering questions for me and being my third eye, so to speak.
I would do it so I could learn the platform because I joined Zoom, but I haven't worked on it yet.
Yeah, cool. Because that's kind of why I want you guys to do it, is to be on the platform, see how it's working, see how it works. Nice to have a co-host on webinars. It's another great strategy, is to co-host. So, all right. We're good to go. I'll see you guys in a couple weeks.
Great.
This one thing.
Yes.
Buffer.
Yes.
Is it enough if I have a basic plan?
For you, yeah, probably. I think I pay $15 a month for my plan.
10 a month or
10 a month? Maybe I pay 10 a month.
individual plan is free, awesome plan is 10 a month, and the next is 99 a month.
I'm doing the 10 a month is enough for me.
And I can still see that.
Try the free one. See how the free one works for you.
Okay.
I don't know if it's going to give you the analytics, which I like. You may have to go to the 10 a month to get the analytics, which matters to me. So
Yeah.